Side checking in with Dr. Hopkins. Should I call you Dr. Executioner or Dr. Hopkins?
Whatever fits, man. Sometimes it could be the executioner, but today I think Dr. Alien, the alien, because right now I'm ready to doctor this interview.
Gotcha.
I'm ready to dissect it from the head to the toe.
You ready?
I'm ready to tell you where the weak spots are at and where the strength at, and then I'm going to put a bow in there and tell you that you need to rest and take 2 aspirins for the next 2 weeks, and then call me and make sure that you get your next subscribe or subscription to the Zone.
I appreciate that. So which one is more significant for you, being inducted to the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame or this doctorate that you just received? Can you reflect on how both of them mean a little something to you?
Yes, well, being inducted to the Hall of Fame is something that I've earned, and I know that there's at least one more major one coming up in another year, since it's no longer 5, it's 3, I believe, up in Canelo, New York. That's very, very big accomplishment for me, based on adversity, and a lot of people count me out in life, not just sports or who I'm going to fight or who I shouldn't fight. And then the doctor. The doctor is more to me that was told to me at Temple University. Really looked at and really challenged by some people who feels that I need to do more to deserve it. And then when they start peeling back the history, it was different than peeling back an onion. The cries and the tears was different, because they didn't know the past, they knew the fighter. And sometimes when you know the fighter and you know the past, you never knew what I had to go through to get, even thought about being honored or getting an honorary degree. So I think that's more significant personally in my life. Being, all right, Eric, get out of there. The money's in my sock. Oh, I think the money, sorry. I put it in my sock because I know you can't keep money in your pocket around here. I'm in LA. But look, I think the doctor was more significant.
And Floyd Mayweather shouted you out during his speech. He talked about how your style contributed to your longevity. But while you were here, you may have not been praised for that, but you know they kind of went hand in hand.
Who, with Floyd or me?
No, that you were able to have such a long career based on how you fought.
When I had my speech, or
right?
Okay, yeah, of course. I mean, listen, the name of the game, taught by people that were smarter than me, who knew boxing, who knew the sweet science of boxing, is that you could still be competitive and not actually sacrifice your brain or your face. Boxing is an art sport, it's a sweet science. There are sports where you can swing until you get tired. I'm not knocking that, but it's not boxing. That's why you have other sports that is about combat, but it's not boxing. And that's the separation of it. The reason I can be up here and articulate and have a conversation with the media, because this has become part of my job, is because I took less and I didn't sacrifice just because. I sacrificed when I step in there. I sacrificed when I challenge every opponent. But to be recklessly to myself and recklessly about how I approach my prey is foolish.
Last time I was with you, you left the media with a message. You said, trust the process.
Yes, that's
right
the
now,
thing.
Exactly. So right now you have Ryan Garcia speaking up a little bit about Golden Boy. Do you feel like he needs to do just that right now? Trust the process?
I think he do. I think that Ryan Garcia is not just a young, ambitious fighter, but smart. Nobody wants. Even if some older people don't know what he actually wants, but he knows, or what he needs. You must respect a young talent and his feelings. And also, if you can, and he listen, drop jewels, but he must respect you before he accept those jewels. So a lot of times it ain't what a person said, is the messenger who said it. And I'm conscious of that. I'm conscious of understanding this generation, whether it's on the streets or whether it's in sports, how they want to be respected and how they want to be at least heard. And he felt that he had to speak his mind through social media, which has been his biggest commercial, his biggest promoter. But also he learned to back it up when he got in the ring. But now that's behind, and I say behind, without getting into any serious details, he's still in our family. He will still continue to be in our family, and we still can support him. And just like family, and just like in any relationship, you have agreements and disagreements, but when it's all said and done, you still has to be, for this time, in that same house, that same relationship, that same, I got your back, you got my back, and everybody do their part. That's not only for him, but that is for life, period. And once I accept and understood and stop being naive to the facts, I never seen anybody's penitentiary ever again.
Two quick ones. Joey Gonzalez versus Shakur Stevenson. That's coming up very fast. What are your thoughts on that fight?
I mean, that fight's that's going to bring attention. I think it's a close fight. I think it's a serious fight. But I think that the fight that really is the fight of this year, it's not the heavyweight fight that's going to happen in a few weeks. It's not the fight that you just mentioned. It's the fight that's going down November 2nd. The fight that most people agree that is the hottest, and we know the most richest fighter today that's fighting in the ring with the baseball type of contract deal. And I say baseball, it's the hottest fight and ticket to buy. I can say that more confident than I can say about any other fight that's coming up. Because I think we need to see fights like this, and we need to keep focus on what? Whether we promote it or not, fights that we can't deny that is the fight to watch when that happens. And I'm telling you, that man right there at 6'2", 6'3"-ish, who I've been in the ring with, it's no joke. So I understand you want to get ahead of the game of the other fights, but ain't no fight as important than this fight with Sergey Kovalev and Canelo Alvarez for the light heavyweight champion of the world, where you have a 60-pounder who still can make 60 for a few years at least. It's doing something that only one man or two men ever done in boxing history, and one of them is me. Let's go up 2 weight class and dare to be great, and stamp of approval as the Evel Knievel of boxing of this era. YouTube Evel Knievel, and you'll tell me next time you see me. I don't see a little grain in there, no disrespect. Yeah. We gotta free y'all. This is the fight that people are gonna really be hyped about.
Why 175 right now? If he can make